Has this ever happened to you? You're an aspiring voice actor. You attended workshops and classes, got advice from coaches. You went and auditioned, fast relief of red eyes from sands and dust, blah blah. But after all of that effort, you ended up with nothing.
Like my impressed self down there. Because the most common advice they would give to you is start with commercials and eventually start exploring other genres, and then eventually you will find your niche.
Why does it have to be that way? Maybe you're not cut out for commercials. Maybe your niche is out there right in front of you and you just need to grab it. For the longest time, that was my problem. So you might be asking, how did I overcome this? Well, to answer that, let's go back in time to where I had a quarter life crisis. Back in 2017, I was living a life of a freelancer, and you may know that there's ups and downs to it, going from client to client to client to client to client. For me, I just can't take it anymore. I just need a creative output just to, satisfy me and, not to burn me out. And one day in church, there was like a mini segue, a mini program. Shout out to my friend Brian V, who did a spoken word poetry on Valentine's Day of all days. It hit me hard. It really hit me hard. And then I was like, wow, this is a guy who really has the passion for the arts. And for me, it's like, I want to go back. I want to go back to those days where I just really do things because I love it. I know it's kind of cliche, but yeah. And after that life-changing event during Valentine's Day, I decided to go back to my roots and do what I always wanted to do growing up. Animation. Ha! Surprise? Let me explain. As a typical 90s kid, it is impossible for you to not love these three channels. I was the kid who always liked to do impressions of my favorite cartoon characters like Bubbles, Professor, Blossom and Buttercup are being mean to me again. Or Phil and Lil. Philip. No, Lillian. And my friend's favorite, Toby Kyle. Totally. One time I saw a shooting star. And then when I wished upon it, it wasn't a shooting star at all. It was an airplane. And you might ask, Giselle, why did it took you so long just to pursue voice acting? I know you're doing the mental math right now that I'm a 90s kid and it took me late 2010s to pursue it. Don't. Well, to give you a short answer, I kind of always knew growing up that here in the Philippines that you need to know someone in order to get into any entertainment industry. And that includes voiceover. And I said, just screw it. Just find some avenues or if there are any workshops out there that could help me. So to jumpstart my journey, I did what anyone who lives on the internet nowadays. I searched voice acting workshop Philippines and one workshop popped up and I attended that. And did it help me? I don't think so. By the time that it's time for me to voice file, still kept on insisting that I should do animation voice because it's something that I enjoy, right? And the director just said to my face that, in our studio, we don't have that much character projects. We do mostly commercial and narration. So I think for you to have a higher chance of booking the roles, you need to read some commercial script. And me being a good little girl, I read some scripts and then I just hoped that I might book some. But nope, I didn't book some.
But what about dubbing?
Yeah, I'm getting there. So there are a lot of dubbing projects here in the Philippines, from animation, anime, and the coup de grace K-drama. And yes, I did try. And you know what happened? The director said to my face after the audition, I can hear that you are not comfortable speaking in Tagalog. But that's your conclusion? Maybe I was nervous or something, or I don't know. Looking back, I read the script. It's like, oh gosh, this is like Sabayan Bigkas levels of translation. It's like pure poetry. Are we like in the Filipino version of Shakespeare here? And for me, it's like I had this realization that, maybe I do have an accent because from kindergarten to college, I was studying Tagalog, English, and Chinese simultaneously. My voice is literally a melting pot here. Tui pa tui. And you know what my problem is about dubbing here is like, if you are guys familiar with my channels, like I made a couple of videos now about the subject and we don't see eye to eye. So sorry if director, if I can't speak the Tagalog that you wanted. Ano ba ibig mo sabihin na hindi ako komportable magsalita ng Tagalog?
Shopee Payday Sale! Shop na!
Hey, do you mind?
So I just figured out that Tagalog is not the path for me at the moment. So the good news is that I live in the Philippines where English is also a second language. So I just decided to just stick to just English scripts for a while. Then maybe eventually Philippines might have a big surge of original animation projects. Oh wait, most of them are celebrity casted. Dang it! So I decided to seek out some more training. And in one of the workshops that I attended, I have this classmate who recommended to join this online VO community called Vocalliance. Yes, I'm name dropping you guys. They do weekly workouts where we do script reading and we receive feedback from the veterans and directors. So this time around, I just really want to prove myself that I can do this thing called voiceover. I picked out the script and it's a Spotify ad. I read it and then surprise, surprise, surprise. Little did I know that there were two Americans sitting in. And you know what they said to me?
You have an accent when you speak in English.
Download Lazada now.
So you understand now my predicament. What if your voice is not suited for the things that experts or even veterans are saying to you that you should pursue? Go out and try commercials. That's where you get your start. But what if your voice is not fitted for commercials? Or what if you have an accent like me? From my experiences, like the first one where the director said to me, "Oh, you should do commercials. That's where most of our projects are." I voice filed for commercials and I got squawked. The second director told me, "Mae, Tagalog is accented somehow for some reason." I don't sound Filipino enough for you. I still can't move on from this. I'm sorry. And I decided to go for English. And then Native Americans told me that I have an accent. Where do I fall? Where do I fit in? But there is one thing that I didn't tell you. You know what they said to me? Your acting skills were on point. Most people are saying that voice acting is acting. So if I got that part right, maybe I am in the right direction. So what happened next? For me, I just couldn't really just let that accent thing keep hindering me to get to my goals right. I decided to get more training and I did a search in the VO community and then I found this guy named Dave Soltura and I went for a private coaching with him. Yeah, feedbacks were still kind of the same. Come on, how many times are people gonna say that to me? It was so insightful, it was so helpful. He taught me how to get started, like finding the right resources, and then where to get projects, how to do marketing. And for me, it was the best, which brings me to the next point. Find proper and guided training. Emphasis on guided. For me, it's not enough to just, take workshop or classes. What they can do to you is just add or improve your skill set. You need to have a proper roadmap so you will know where you're heading and even, efficient way to reach your goals. If you don't know where you're headed, it will be just pointless and you might just end up wasting money in the process, which we know is a valuable resources nowadays. It reached me 2 years to meet Dave. And at the end of the meeting, it's like he's trying to give me a pep talk about, oh, don't lose heart in pursuing character voice acting. Because you know why? Because I also do character voice acting. I do a lot of stuff in the international market. And I was like, duh. International market. So it kind of gave me a conclusion that if the current market is not doing you any good, then go to another market. We live in a digital age. So if anything, what the Pandecoco has taught us, everything got smaller.
everything became more accessible. So I attended a lot of workouts here, trying to better my voice, better my acting skills. And then I stumbled upon GVAA, and then they also do workouts, and they are in the States, so direct to the source. Then one fateful workout, I encountered a script that really tickled my fancy. It's a cereal commercial. Wait. I know what you're gonna say. Giselle, commercial? I thought you were over this. What's interesting about this commercial is a kid is supposed to say the lines. The woman who read the script didn't even bother to read it in a kid voice. I decided that I should read this in a vocal lines workout and see what will happen. And who knows? I might get my revenge. So now, the moment of truth. The day of my workout with vocal lines with the cereal script. And I read it in a kid voice. And you know what happened? They all love it. My acting was amazing. They find my voice cute. It's like, it's a real kid, according to them, at least. I can do some commercial scripts, but it will take a lot out of me before I get it right. But with character, it's just click. What happened next to me? Well, my biggest break is that I voiced this little guy here. After a few months of scouring the internet for auditions, I found an audition where they're looking for a kid, a boy to be exact. Of course, I asked for permission. Is it okay if I do this? I know you're looking for kids, but are you open for an adult doing a kid voice? And the caster said yes. I sent in my auditions, and then a few weeks later, I was surprised. I thought it was just a low budget project, and it turns out it's a mobile app. I mean, it's a literal mobile game, and I'm so proud of it. And you know what's amazing about this? Is that I'm one of the epic fighters. Yeah, and you know what's so sad about it? I have to unlock myself. And you know what epic character means? It will take a while to unlock it. Wow, so amazing that I'm in a game. I'm in a freaking game. Okay, editing Giselle here, and I just really want to share one more tidbit about Kurotopi. And you know what the client is asking for him to sound like? It's an 11-year-old Batman. Christian Bale version. For the benefit of me not wasting hours just to unlock him, here's what he sounds like. I am one with the shadows. That's the only line I could remember of him. And you know what's funny? When the client emailed me, he said, "Congratulations, your son got the role." 1, I don't have a son. And 2, I consider that as a compliment because I did my job well. And that for me is a win. Kind of took me like 1 to 2 years just to go back to where I started, which is just to pursue character voice acting. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating that because of all the misinformation that I received in the local industry, and it really took me just to cross the virtual pond just to really reaffirm what I really have the talent and the knack of doing. And what is my point? For me, you need to really decide what you really want out of your voiceover career. What genre do you want to pursue first? Is it commercials, narration, audiobooks, video games, animation? You have to decide, because other people will just say that, oh, you know, your niche will eventually find you. For me, no. I mean, later, where the niche will find you, that will all depends, because majority of the voice actors that I admire, from Tara Strong, Ray Delisle, Kari Volgren, Kimberly Brooks, Girl Power, most of them just really started out as character voice actors, and to this day, they're still character voice actors. But do they try other avenues? Yes. I mean, Tara Strong has her own TV show right now. For me, there's a lot of noise in social media. The best course of action, most marketing experts are saying, you just gotta lean into a specialized field first, and then you try to generalize. Specialization helps you be more memorable. For me, start with one niche and then When you think you're ready, expand your horizons. And when you decided what do you want to do, then you find the right people who could help you out. And for me, I'm lucky enough to meet Dave, who happens to be a character voice actor. And he helped me get started with my journey. You need to find a community who can help you grow as an actor, a voice actor. Maybe that one person could help you on business side. Oh, this person can help you with your vocal technique. Oh, and that person, maybe they can help you out with your imagination. Or maybe that one could help you with your script analysis, establish more circumstances and point of view. You know what they say, it takes a village to raise a baby. So, in conclusion, I therefore conclude that you just gotta have to start somewhere. This is Giselle reporting to you live in the corner of my mother's bedroom. And yes, the spelling is weird, and thanks for watching.